What's up, everyone? It's your boy Dan here with another action figure review. This time, for the first time ever, a Transformers figure review. Now, I'm not like a huge Transformers fan. It's probably the thing I was the biggest fan of as a kid. You know, I used to watch Transformers every morning before school, and I had a bunch of Transformers, which is why I ended up getting this one. I'm not sure what it was marketed as. I just saw this on Big Bad Toy Store, and I could tell immediately that it was kind of a recreation of the Transformers Armada, like Optimus Prime figure that I had, but it's slightly upgraded. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that older figure, just kind of the similarities and differences, maybe. Um, but the way this figure works, at least I assume it's how it works because I haven't opened it, but you have Optimus Prime, and he's got two different versions. I'm going to look at the back here. So he's got this version right here where he is kind of like smaller than the other one. And the other one, which is this big version. In the show, at least, he was like given some like whenever like a mini con would attach to him, he would get this extra part of him, which would make his legs, and he'd be twice the size, which is what this figure is. And I had this figure as a kid, and one of the most disappointing things was the legs on the figure were very just like it was more just like a glorified like tent thing that he would like stand on, like this top part would just be on top of, because he had no articulation down here, and it was kind of just like this giant like stand he would be on, and he'd be way bigger. The main attraction of the trailer, which was what the legs were, you can see he's got a trailer here, was that it would fold down to all these different like turrets and like missile launchers for like the little mini cons, the smaller Transformers to use as like a battle station. And then when one of them attached to Optimus, like I said, the trailer would come and deform his legs, and he becomes this giant version of Optimus Prime. But like I said, disappointing in that regard. So I saw this and I thought that it was kind of like a recreation of that figure, and it is with upgrades. And the only thing to the change is there's lots of yellow I see in it, which I'm just thinking back to old figure. I don't recall there being any yellow anywhere. But that doesn't matter. I'm excited to open this. I've never really looked at a Transformers figure. I saw this and just kind of had to have it. And if you guys like it, maybe I'll buy some more Transformers figures, because I am a fan. I don't, one thing, have the space to put any Transformers figures. But to say I'm like a fan these days, I'm really not. I know there's a lot of Transformers action figures, and it's a little daunting to maybe get into them. But anyway, I'm looking forward to opening this one up and showing you guys. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm going to open this up, and we'll be back. All right, everyone, I'm back here, and I have the figure out. I'm probably going to make another cut in this video. I just kind of wanted to show something. So here's the box, which I already showed. You can see I have the figure there. This box is about 11 inches tall. You can't see that, but it's 11 inches tall. And I remember seeing this box and thinking, you know, as I opened it, like this box seems small. From what I remember from the figure as a kid, it felt bigger. Like it wouldn't fit in this box, you know? So anyway, I was like, oh, you know, maybe it was just smaller. I'm a much bigger person now. I'm, in fact, one of the tallest people on this planet. I'm 6'7". So I'm very big. You can see this entire Optimus Prime fits in my hand, you know. I opened this figure, and this was the inner box right here. You can see in the background. The entire figure fit in here, this little small area. And it makes me wonder, why is it in such a giant box? Because my other really big concern is this figure looks way smaller than I ever remembered it. I was genuinely disappointed pulling this out of the box. like this doesn't look like the right figure. And another thing I'm kind of disappointed in is this instruction manual to open up is so complicated. Like, I didn't even think I'd have to use it, but I just wanted to hook this onto here, and I have no idea how to do it. So I guess I have to read this book just to figure it out. But anyway, I'm going to take a look and play with this figure, actually. I just wanted to put this part in the video just because it's part of my review. It's I don't know. I feel like I don't love this figure already. Like, it's actually a nice figure. It's just anyway. Let me transform it, play with it, and I'll get back to you guys. All right, everyone, we're back, and there's gonna be lots of cuts in this video because there's a lot to do with this figure. But after several minutes of strenuous transforming, I believe I have gotten into the trailer. Will now stick on to the back. I don't know what it is. No, the move's pretty nice. I just feel like there are some parts of the transformation that feel like I'm going to break the figure, and I don't love that. I don't want to break this figure because it was a lot of money. And there's so much to transform here. I remember as a kid just getting these out of the packaging, and maybe I'd glance at certain things, but I was able to transform it right out of the bat. And even looking at this figure, I felt like I knew how to do it. I know it's not clearly not the case. It's weird that he has a mode where this trailer is just a trailer and doesn't go on the back of this thing. So, but anyway, I got that down. And here's his gun, by the way. I'm going to now transform Optimus himself right here and get right back to you guys, okay? Okay, guys, here is Optimus. I'm going to review this figure right now, and then I'm going to transform into his bigger version, and I'll review that in the next part. Not a separate video, same video, just when I cut again. So here he is, looking really freaking cool. You know, really awesome. A little more complicated to transform than one would expect, or maybe I would expect. Maybe this is expected, but it was really hard for me to, not hard, but more steps, everything. He's got some sweet articulation and everything. And definitely some improvements from the figure of my childhood that this is inspired off of. For one, he has lots of articulation around like the groin area, like right here, all this. Like, he wasn't able to move out like that in the previous figure. Get some kicking off and all that. Like, all of this right here was enclosed in the previous figure, so like that was the extent of him was moving forward and back. Like, he couldn't really like branch out like that, which they have improved with this figure. So I like that. I think he looks really sick, and I like his what are supposed to be like the exhaust pipes for the top of his truck on his hands. As a kid, I always had these as like guns. I always used to pretend these were like guns, and I thought that's what they were because they looked like guns. It looks like he's shooting a cannon out of his wrist. Super cool. But then I remember on the show he actually used it as like a fan to like brush to like blow up like dirt to like cover his like tracks or whatever. I was like, well, that's kind of lame. I mean, I guess that's what they might more commonly be used for, as they relate to a car. But as a robot, a giant fighting robot, they should be guns. Anyway, they'll use his guns when I play with him. But all in all, really cool. See, the only real like gripe I have with his articulation, this right here, this seems a little loose. Maybe didn't transform it right, but I kind of wish that like this part right here would stay on more, so it wouldn't be moving as much. I also kind of prefer it if it would be down, if I could somehow move these down further, but I know that there's limitations to these, but still really, really freaking cool. I'm really liking this figure. And he is dope. Let me put his gun in here. Oh, couldn't get him to stand for the second, but anyway, I'll put his gun in. Nice big boy gun here. I kind of wish he came with an axe. I think he commonly is given an axe in like the shows and lore. But here he is with his gun. Ho! Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na. Yeah, but that's looking good. Really like it. Let's take a look kind of at some of the details. Let's go over like his head sculpt right here, which is really awesome. Liking that. See all the detail here. Very cool. Haven't had a Transformers action figure in quite some time, so very happy to have Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots here. I am going to take some pictures of him like this. Then I'm going to take a picture, some time to transform him, and come back with the bigger Optimus Prime. Okay, everyone. Here I am again. Finally got this guy transformed. It legitimately, no joke, took me about 25 minutes to get this guy. But he's here and he is looking fantastic. I really am liking everything that I see with this guy. He is pretty big too. You know, I was kind of joking how the box seemed as if the figure was a little small, and then I took it out and it only took up a third of the box, and I was like, this thing's going to be really small. Not the case. This thing is pretty big. I do have my tape measure. He's not standing fully straight up, but he's about 10 to 11 inches tall. You know, pretty dope. And he has his gun here, which I'll give him, and he's looking fantastic. Take a look here too at the back. You know, I remember being a big Transformers fan as a kid, and it was like they would transform, but there would be like this giant hunk of metal on the back of them where all of the excess pieces were. This was not too bad. You know, you honestly don't even notice it from the front. I mean, maybe you do. I don't really seem to, but you know. And I kind of want to go over the articulation because he does have great articulation in these feet, which are new, like the older version. Look at this. You can get him kneeling down if you really wanted him to, which is pretty dope. And he's pretty sturdy. He stands up really well. I like that pose, actually. Da-na-na. Look at that. That's awesome, man. Love that. But you get some great articulation from the figure on each foot. Another cool thing is this, the feet here, as you can see, have like a little bit of a hinge here, so it means he's able to stand pretty, like, no matter like what kind of like angle you have him at, he's really able to stand, which I really like that. Take a look here at the face too. Looking really cool. Just gonna go over the detail of him. Figure looks really nice. I really do enjoy it. I think, I think it's good. I don't know if I'll be buying any Transformers figures again, but I'm glad I got this one. This one reminds me of my childhood and all that, so I'm very happy that I got this one. He's looking really, really good. And another thing, too, I don't know if this is intentional. I guess it is intentional, but it looks like this missile launcher back here. That's cool. Obviously, I want to have a missile launcher, although it could just be like the exhaust on the truck that just happens to be there. But it looks like a missile launcher, and it looks cool. Very excited about that. All the hands have, and the upper body has some good articulation. Notice he can move here, and it pops this out, which is a little bit annoying, but I mean, I prefer, I guess, that instead of him just not being able to make these certain movements. So, very cool. And, yeah. I don't know, did you guys grab this? I'm kind of really curious what people think about this. I'm not, like I said, I'm not into the Transformers. I just really wanted this one. I'm curious what people think about this one. Is he cool? Is he not? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to take a bunch of pictures of this guy and throw him up on my Instagram. And do a little video of him as well, as I normally do with my unboxings. So go over there and check it out. I'm mentioning it every time because I keep growing and growing, and I love it. Getting more subscribers, getting more followers on Instagram. I really appreciate it. And if you do happen to come across this video, please go check out my Instagram. Give me a follow over there. Subscribe here. And check out the rest of my videos. Anyway, guys, peace out. Love you.